Isn't it crazy how we have specific places for us to exercise, for us to run in? Because honestly, like, and maybe this is a controversial take, but like, hip hop is black.
Everything is acceptable.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, where all the things that I didn't have that people used to pick on me about in middle or high school, and I'm in college, I got it now. I can get it now.
Oh, damn. All right, y'all. We got another fucking episode of Chat It, man. Another episode, and whew. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm fucking tired. I'm a little tired. It's only
me too. I swear to God, I'm tired.
I swear to God, bro. It's like 11 o'clock. It's 11:15, man. And just through all the setup and everything along those lines, I'm like, God damn. But shout out to my boy for being patient through the shit.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got to get it right, man.
Yeah, got to get it right. Got to get it right. But, so thank you for coming to another episode. Thank you for watching, for listening on any streaming platform that you on right now. If you watching on YouTube, I hope this looks great. And yeah. So we got another guest. You want to introduce yourself, man?
What's up, man? Young emo, make music. You know what I'm saying? I do it all. Artistic, fashion. I'm into all that. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Young Emo 1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We can chop it up, make some music.
Exactly, man. And that's what it's about. It's about making connections. It's about making good music, bro. Furthering the wave, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like the wave just kind of got stagnated for a little bit.
Man, it did, man. I really think like it's like losing this like feeling. You know what I'm saying? Passion. Like when people do it, they just want to do it to get viral. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to really put their soul into music no more like how it used to be.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. The way I do it now.
Honestly, bro, where did we go? Like
for real, like
I feel like it's a lot of cookie cutter type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, definitely.
You know, we got more artists out here who's just trying to like push the needle, you feel me?
Yeah.
And do something different.
Do something different,
Yeah,
create your own wave.
Yeah.
All the people we love today created their own wave for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even in recent times, like 2016 or up, like Uzi, Cardi, all them, like they created their own wave and got their own lane. That's why we love them for real, cause they went against the grain instead of going with the grain for real.
Exactly. Shout out Uzi, man. I think he just released a new song. I would say I'm not the biggest Uzi fan.
I'm not either. You know what I'm saying? I like some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And I can like respect what he's doing.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm not like the biggest Uzi fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can respect at the end of the day the stuff that he did to kind of push the culture.
Yeah. And that's really the biggest thing. Like for artists that I really don't, like, or that's really not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I can at least respect like what they doing, how they changing the culture, how they, pushing the wave that they created.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like it's just originality. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
It's facts. It's facts. Originality, man.
Originality.
That's the thing. Because I swear to God, bro, we got a lot of people who are out here and they are just seeing what works for another artist and is trying to copy
to do that. Yeah.
And that's not that. What is you? What are you?
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you, man?
Like you gotta figure that out. I think when doing music for real, like obviously if you just starting music, like see me when I started music, I was kind of doing the things that I was trying to do R&B.
Yeah.
Trying to do like rap, not gangster rap, but just rap, just the things I grew up on.
Yeah.
And then I started to really step back and be like, okay, like who am I for real?
Yeah.
Like what is my personality? What are the things I like?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I need to go in this lane.
Exactly.
Until I actually found my sound and I'm comfortable in that sound now. And I still experiment and stuff too to kind of change it up, challenge myself. But for the most part, I know who I am, so I know what type of music I want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
You said that you had this journey and you found out who you are.
Yeah.
So explain to us, who are you then?
I'm young emo, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm different.
Yeah.
Really loving, really for real. Like I'm kind, I'm loving. I understand a lot of things, so but when it comes to my music, it's always feeling into it.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm making a rap song or whatever, a different type of sounding song, it always got something to do with it, feelings and just different things like that. So it's like it always come out. That's how I knew that this is what I wanted to do. That's how I knew that this is the wave I wanted to go.
Gotcha.
Because whatever type of music I do, kind of the same thing comes out. So I'm like, okay, this is who I am. And then in real time, that's how I am too.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's why I say go hand in hand, because like your personality kind of, if you're a rock star type dude, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We should suspect that you probably make, kind of rock alternative music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But like I said, I still switch it up too, just to show that I'm versatile. Like that's one thing that I think I'm good at, just being versatile, for real. So yeah, that's it.
Got you. I know we were talking off camera. We were talking about, you know, what a genre that you would consider yourself as, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of put yourself in the alternative lane.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And really, cause you know that's really like a umbrella term. Like they look at my name, they're like, oh, young emo. You know what I'm saying? So he like make emo music.
I about to say like what's up with the name? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so so this funny. It's a long story how my name like came about for real.
Okay.
So my first name, and it's kind of funny, but I was trying to be clever. My first name was Chance the Singer.
What?
Chance the Singer. So you know like Chance the rapper, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he rap, but I always grew up singing, so I'm like, shit, Chance the Singer.
Got you.
So I'm like,
Okay,
you know
I got you.
And it was kind of like a little funny thing, like, you know, I see people, they be like, what's up, Chance, stuff like that. So it's kind of a little funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I want to do something a little bit more serious though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like a little parody name or something.
For sure.
You know, just like we were talking about, like, who are you? I'm like, okay, I'm alternative, really, like the way I dress, the way I think, you know, who I date, you know, just my mindset. I'm like, it's kind of in that lane towards. So I was like, shoot,
For sure.
like I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I can say that I'm emo in some types of ways. So I'm like, young emo.
Gotcha.
And, you know, people are really fucking with that for real. I'm like, okay. And that's like the name that I guess that I probably stick with, you know, from here on out now. Like, that's like my permanent name. I don't think I'm gonna change it anytime soon.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up. Speaking of the way that you dress, bro. So we got this shirt, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen a shirt like this, man.
I know,
Like,
man. It's crazy.
So, y'all, for those who can't see right now, he's got on, like, it's this, like, multicolored shirt, right? But it's got holes in it.
Yeah, perforated holes in it.
Perforated holes.
Like, I don't shop, like, you know, in malls and stuff like that. I, like, shop online, and everything I get is from, like, overseas, like, Europe and, you know, the UK and stuff like that. So that's why, you know, you see different brands. Like, I know people probably heard of Boohoo and stuff. Like, I shop on Boohoo Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I got my own personal sites and stuff that I shop on. But
Gotcha.
yeah, and it wasn't even that much. Like, and it's just vibrant and it's just colorful. Every time I see this shirt, it remind me of, like, for me personally, it remind me of, like, the 2000s, like the skater alternative, like early 2000s. Like, I feel like they'll wear these and some parachute pants and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just flowy, it's comfortable too. So that's another thing, just being comfortable in your own skin.
Man, I feel like too many people are not comfortable, bro.
That's what I'm saying, like, and that's something that you gotta learn for real.
Yeah, that's
If you're trying to put something on and you're like, yeah, I know it's fly and stuff, but I'm not really comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then it's like
y'all, if y'all wearing something and it's just like, for example, it's just too tight for you, bro. Bro, just let it go, man. Go up a size, bro. Change your style. Take it off.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. I be seeing people and they be clearly uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different.
Clearly,
like, you know, you feel like, or you look at a person and at least they look like they rocking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bro is whole like fixing his pants every 5 minutes. Like, bro, like, I'm sorry, man. Just let it go. Let it go. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of width. You feel me? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Especially in like 2023, man.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, like, all styles are like acceptable. Like, it's coming back. You can have whatever style you want. The styles before, you can wear them now and people appreciate it and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm not like afraid to like wear like pants, you know, that's bigger and stuff, or baggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, you know what I'm saying? Or a little tight or whatever.
Yeah.
But still have something different on, like some jewelry, some rings and stuff, bracelets, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just gotta be yourself for real.
Be yourself, man. I just started getting into rings.
Yeah, me too, for real.
And I swear to God, bro, they upgrade your whole look. Like,
it do.
This should be crazy.
I swear it do. Yeah. It add more flavor too. Like, I ain't got no rings right now. Yeah. I got some, but I just ordered like a 30 piece set or something like that.
A 30 piece set?
Yeah, it was like $7 or something on Amazon.
For real?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I try to, now sometimes, in fashion too, like, you gotta kind of cheat the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
facts.
Don't try to ball out and stuff like that.
That's facts.
Like, this shirt hard as hell. It didn't cost that much for real. You know what I'm saying? But it's me too.
Go,
get in
get around it, finesse it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always gotta wear designer. You don't always gotta wear like crazy $100,000 stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you ain't got to.
Like bro said, just be you, man. And at the end of the day, like, people are gonna rock with that. People gonna accept that. And like you said, it's 2023, man.
Yeah, man.
Everything is acceptable, which is crazy.
I was just about to say that too. Everything is acceptable.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Exactly.
For real,
exactly.
yeah.
For better or for worse, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like, damn, like, some things, okay, cool, I might waver a little bit on. But at the end of the day, like, if that's what you want to do, if that's your particular ideology, if that's your belief, if that's what you want to wear, bro, do you.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, it's not affecting me, man.
No. I'ma still do me at the end of the day.
Exactly.
For real, yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot more people gotta get to, you know, get to a point of.
Yeah.
Especially whenever we were talking about, people who aren't really from this generation, such et cetera, like there is a period of acceptance, you know what I'm saying, that you gotta like almost like a learning curve.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you feel me?
The things that we grew up on that wasn't acceptable is like widely acceptable now.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like them, and they was born into it.
Yeah,
so that's the norm for them, and it's not normal for us. So we gotta kind of adapt to it, and it's just like that from generations, before us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It keeps on going, man.
It keeps on going, every time.
Which is weird though, because I'm kind of scared of the point when I'm gonna be an old head. Like,
man.
I'm not gonna know the lingo. I'm not gonna know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm 26, right? And I'm already like feeling it just a little bit.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just a little bit. I'm like, because people see like my favorite like rap artists are like all time, probably artists of all time, is Lil Wayne and stuff.
Shout out Lil Wayne, bro.
Shout out Lil Wayne.
His shit is hard. I will say he just dropped an album. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it, bro.
The fix before Carter 6,
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Carter 6. Though.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the Carter 6.
Yeah,
for real.
But wait, how do you feel about the album?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to, like I said, they're my favorite artists like all time. I'm trying not to be biased though, but for real, as like a Wayne fan, for real though. Like the song he did with Euro and stuff, Tuxedo, that's kind of like rockstar vibes, That's the Wayne really that influenced me, and obviously like the Uzis, Thugs, and all them, like that whole Juice WRLD, the wave like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of the Wayne that everybody, I guess the worst version of Wayne, the rockstar Wayne that everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
which ain't that bad to me, I guess, or whatever. But that's the Wayne that really influenced me and stuff. I'm like, dang, he went from like this era of rap, rapping and stuff, had to prove himself to being a rock star, one of the biggest artists in the world and stuff.
That's facts.
I'm like, dang, he versatile, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do. So like in some of my music, you'll kind of hear that. Like I sing on the chorus, and then the verses I'll rap, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like that were you and that were you too. I'm like, that was me, both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Both. Yeah. So like all the people in my life that inspired me for real, it all shows in my music. Obviously, only I know that 'cause I listen to like personal people, like underground people.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like take things from all of them just to make this one thing. Like that's why I say if it had to be a genre, it had to be like alternative or indie or something.
Gotcha.
But when people listen to my music, they can't really pinpoint like what lane. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What lane I'm really in? Cause like it's almost like you just created like something different or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why I really fuck with, for real.
And see, that's what I think that we're moving towards, where you got more people who's creating their own lanes and you pick which lane you want to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all it is, for real.
Exactly. And so, honestly, and let's go back to Wayne. I will say he is also one of my favorite rappers. And it's just like, bro, his impact on the rap, like history in general, bro, is crazy. On the culture, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate that, I'm gonna be honest, I hate that his dreads got to the point where it is right now.
Yeah, I know, man. But everybody talking about it, man.
Yeah, his locks, man. But it's just like,
I really do, cause I remember in around 2010, 2011, man, when he had them like back and stuff, man, that shit was fresh as hell. Like that's the Wayne. I think that's when Wayne was at his like all around. That's why I said when he became that. Like I think that's when he was at his like all around best. That's why I'm saying that's the one that influenced the rest. Like the skinny jeans, like the skater look, the jean vest and stuff. The leather vest and stuff like that. You just cool with the shades.
Exactly.
Like everybody wanted to be like him. Like he would just, and he would kind of fit a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he was at his all around best. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm like that's the Wayne I really like remember for real, and that really impacted me and wanted to do music and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel you on the dreads thing, man. That jump really went crazy. And then dyed it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
I mean, that goes to the danger of like dyeing your locks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
I feel
And I noticed that yours are dyed a little bit. So what's do you have a good, safe way procedure to go about it?
Not really, man. Like, I swear to God, not really for real. Cause I was using this brand like called Splat and stuff.
Okay.
And I recently just found out that's not like a good brand to use for coloring your locks.
Really?
So I'm like, dang. I've been using it for years. Like ever since I started my locks, I've been using it, like dyeing it myself and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn.
Isn't that a crazy feeling to know that something that you've been doing for so long is fucking
years,
you up?
Man. Yeah, like, that's crazy. So the last time I got my hair colored, I went to this loctician, shout out her and stuff. She did it like a mermaid, like turquoise blue, some purple in it, stuff like that. It was real vibrant, it was cool.
For sure, for sure.
And I think that was more like a safer way to do it for real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I probably go to a loctician like more, or if I can find a brand that's really like safe for my hair and stuff like that, then I just use that.
For sure, for sure. Shout out your loctician. Do you want to shout her out?
Yeah, shout out Candy Nelson, man. You know what I'm saying? She be doing the retwist, stuff like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think the importance is just the fact that sometimes you gotta go to a professional. You know?
Yeah,
you can't skip out sometimes because it's like, damn, I could do this myself. But how is it gonna turn out?
Really, that's really what it is. Like, how the hell this shit gonna turn out?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to mess it up and stuff.
Exactly. I'm over here rolling the dice.
Yeah, for real. Hell yeah. But another thing though, shoot, and you know, she black too, so that's another thing. Like, I'm trying to get more into like supporting black businesses and stuff like that. Basically, just supporting our people in any way that we can, for real.
Yeah, that's facts.
But we gotta, you know, kind of build our stuff back up again.
Yeah.
We're really falling in many ways and stuff, like whether it's music, the environment we live in, just stuff like that. We gotta kind of find ourselves again as a whole, as a race, for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I saw this article and it said that hip hop hadn't had a #1 album the whole year.
The whole year, yeah.
Until Doja just released.
Yeah.
And shout out Doja Cat, but it's just like, yo, that's fucking crazy.
Crazy, man.
All the rap albums that have been out here being released, etc., all the streams that they've been getting, and still we've been behind the curve.
Yeah.
That's not saying that hip hop artists aren't making money no more, because they definitely are.
They're making money. So.
But it's just like the overall consumption, I feel like it's going down.
It is, man.
And that's a direct reflection of our like community. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, like, and maybe this is a controversial take, but like hip hop is black. Like that's the fucking like
it is.
bones of it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's not saying that nobody else can have hip hop, but like when we talk about where it's coming from, you know, the roots of it.
Yeah.
That's us.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For years and years and years, like.
Yeah. And so like when you talk about building up the black community and how we're falling and shit like that, supporting black businesses, I'm completely 100% on with you, man.
Definitely, yeah.
Because I swear to God, bro, like we need to have more representation of how we're working, how hard we're working. You know what I'm saying? Where's the proof? Where's the people to show for that?
Yeah, for real though. Yeah, like our idols and people that we look up to is like rappers and entertainers and stuff.
Yeah, facts.
And it wasn't always like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like years ago, you know, they had Malcolm X's of the world, they had Martin Luther King's of the world. You know, just powerful leaders and people. You know what I'm saying? That was at the forefront. You know, trying to raise our community. And we got people like that now. Yeah. But they either trying to cancel them. Yeah. Or trying to shun them out and stuff like that. So they kind of underground, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they're not really at the forefront trying to get everybody together.
And the question is, and I like something that you said, we had leaders.
Yeah, leaders,
like
powerful leaders.
Exactly. Who is our leaders now? Who are our leaders? Because now it's like our leaders turn into entertainers. And who are they entertaining? Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so our leaders are entertainers of somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, bro, we got to be able to stand up for ourselves.
We got to, especially, you know, people around our age and stuff. Like nowadays, basically our generation. Because you know, if we can help it, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna try to build our community up for real.
That's facts.
We just gotta get out of that mindset, and I had got out of that mindset of, you know, trying to buy all the designer stuff, or, you know, just in school and stuff, people pick on you for not having this, or not wearing this, not looking like this. So my whole life I've been trying to chase that. Like now that I got some money, I'm about all the Jordans I can, and you know, no knock on people that, you know what I'm saying, wear it. If you like it, you like it, boom, boom. But like for me, I kind of went through like different phases. Or like, okay, this is the phase where all the things that I didn't have that people used to pick on me about in middle or high school, and I'm in college, I got it now. I can get it now. You know, I'm flexing. I can dress the way I envisioned it in my head all those times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then once I really think, I'm like, man, it's really pointless. So I go to another phase and start wearing like, you know, designer stuff, like, you know, Calvin Klein, Guess, all this stuff. And I'm like, man, forget that too. Like now I'm wearing stuff that I just like I see and I like, and I feel like that's really just knowing a part of yourself too. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get comfortable with yourself, you really don't care about what other people say. Exactly. You can do anything you want without any backlash or caring about the backlash and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I like the fact that you said there are different stages. Because it's an evolution of your growth, your personal growth.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, you get a little bit of money, you out your parents' place, et cetera, and you're like, all right, cool. Like you said, I can now buy all the stuff that my mom would have get me before. She said it was too expensive. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Now I got a little bit of money, I got a little bit of bread. For sure, I'm gonna get all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's almost like trying to compensate for the years that you were lacking in.
And depending on how long you've been in that torment or whatever, it's probably gonna double once you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. How much you want to get, you know what I'm saying? How long that stage might be.
Yeah, it's gonna double, man. It's almost like once you feel kind of fulfilled, you're like, yeah, man, I got all these shoes, I got all these clothes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, shoot, man, I ain't done yet for real. I'm gonna still keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of like messes us up sometimes. Like, we could be starting our own business. That's why I respect you so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most people will blow all the money that you spent on this, on shoes and clothes, or going out every night and doing this, but you choose to invest it in a podcast, doing something positive, shouting people out, and, you know, getting you exposure to as well. So that's why I always respect what you're doing for real.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah.
Because you gotta find something that you personally like to do and invest in yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the only person that you got after all this is over is yourself.
Everything. Even with family, like, you still got yourself. Like, when you get outside in this world, like, you alone.
Yeah.
Until you make something happen, you know what I'm saying? Or until you got somebody around you or a significant other.
Exactly.
You just, you know, you still alone. You still on your own. You got to figure it out.
Exactly. You got to figure it out. And so if you haven't been investing in yourself this whole time, who's gonna be there to pick you up whenever you fall down?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You haven't done anything to give yourself a little bit of like a bed or a trampoline for you to bounce back off of.
Nothing, yeah.
You feel me?
I think that's why they realize that they got their self is only when they hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Because they know they the only ones that got to pick themselves back up.
Exactly.
And they could have realized it when they was, you know, at this level.
Exactly.
They could have rose from that instead of going down and try to climb all the way back up.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. Because the thing is, like, what I like to think about when we're having this conversation is the fact that if everything leaves, right, let's just say, and God forbid, but let's just say everything fucking spirals.
Yeah.
I still got all this shit that I bought. I can still make some type of money.
Something.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something to kind of help me get up to where I need to get to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the key things.
Yeah.
That's the importance of owning something. That's the importance of investing in yourself. That's the importance of like fueling your passion. Because shit, a 9 to 5, they might fucking fire you.
And then what? Yeah.
And then what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like now you ain't got nothing to show for anything that you've been doing.
Exactly.
You can't make anything. It's just, it's hard. It is hard,
yeah.
You feel me? So I really appreciate the acknowledgement.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we gotta kind of recognize what other people doing for real.
Yeah.
Like I said, once again, especially in our community and stuff, like, we gotta recognize what we're doing, whether, you know, with the women doing what they doing with the lashes and nails and stuff like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If they can make something out of it, I ain't mad at it for real.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, as long as you know, you're doing something, you know what I'm saying, positive with yourself.
Yeah.
And positive for the people around you and the people that, you know, serving and stuff like that.
It's facts. Man, shout out the women, bro, because they've been going crazy.
They've been going hard.
They've been going crazy, man.
Yeah, they've been going hard.
Yeah. And it's just like, yo, especially with like, you know, the beauticians, the locticians, nail techs, you know what I'm saying? It's first of all, there's so much money to be made out there.
So much.
Like, it's really a free-for-all. And it's about whether you want to, like, kind of take a bet on yourself.
Yeah, that's really what it is. You got to take a risk sometimes, man. You got to.
Exactly. And I see a lot of these women, and they taking that risk.
Yeah, they
feel me?
They take it more than us for real sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts.
Nowadays, for real.
No, exactly.
Like, they do it. Like, you see women 9 times out of 10, they all going to school for something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they all going to school for something. They doing it, man.
And it's crazy though, because you're seeing more men who aren't going to school.
Yeah.
And it's what's the significance? You feel me?
I really think, see, like, for me, like, I had went to college and stuff, and I'm not gonna say like it wasn't for me. It was really just financial problems and stuff like that. I was taking like graphic design and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
But I think that's what it is for men and stuff, right? We always thinking outside the box. We always thinking about other things that we could do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we want to do the cliche thing of like go to military or college.
Yeah.
You know, or go into the workforce and stuff like that.
Yeah.
we kind, especially nowadays, 2023, we kind of want to do something different, like being an influencer, like people making millions off YouTube and they 22 years old, 20 years old.
Exactly.
We just trying to like figure out, like, you know what I'm saying, a shortcut kind of, you know, even though it's still, you got to still work hard, not saying
for sure
being up here is like, you know, easy and stuff. Cause like I was talking to you off camera, it's hard. Like, you got to, you know, get stuff and all this, but and invest time and money. But I think we just trying to find different ways, to get more money and to be successful instead of doing, like I said, the big three: college, workforce, or the military.
Facts.
Especially for us men too.
Facts.
Yeah.
I can't blame men for that.
Yeah, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Know? Because I will say I've seen a lot where school doesn't really benefit a lot of men. You know?
And that's why I think that we kind of don't, you know, saying we have like some men, they spent like probably years in school. Yeah. They got, you know, degrees and stuff like that, like even like masters and all that, and they still can't get a job. And that's how you see with the military. Exactly. They get back home and they left for their kind of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are homeless, like these veterans and, you know, people like that. So I'm like, dang, like, what did they really do for you for real? Like, you fought for our country, you went to school for all these years, and you really still ain't got nothing to show for. Like,
you ain't got nothing to show for it. And a lot of people getting fed up with that shit, man.
Yeah,
you know? Because it's like, bro, if I can fucking set up my phone and do a dance and get at least a couple bands,
I'm trying to do it then,
Exactly. I guess I'm gonna get me a ring light. Like,
for real, that's what like.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what a lot of people, at least a lot of men, are starting to look towards. And I would say women are definitely trying to dominate. If not, they already are dominating that industry too. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like, I got a boy of mine, and it's hard for bro to get a job. He done went, he done got his 4 years, he done did his time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he went into the wrong, you know, field when it came to getting his degree, etc. But let's just negate the fact, why do we have to pick and choose what degree we need to go into to be able to get a job afterwards?
That's what I'm saying. You know, I feel you on that. Yeah.
Because that's kind of corralling what you want to do. Because it's like, damn, okay, cool, I might really like dance, you feel me? But shit, I can't go to school for dance because I ain't gonna get no shit. I'm gonna basically lose my investment. You're gonna put in 20 bands, 30 bands, 50 bands.
And you could have did that yourself, independent, and you know what I'm saying, got big off of that. And got more opportunities like that for real.
Exactly. With the whole internet shit, bro, like, people, especially when it comes to sponsorships, companies are throwing just money at people.
Just throwing money.
And I seen the Forbes list for the highest paid creators right now, right? And shout out to that list. Really crazy. Shout out to Mr. Beast, because he was the top of that list.
Going crazy. And he came, you know what I'm saying, from around here and stuff. So that's crazy how he rose all the way up to the top like that.
Exactly.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest, you know, influencer in the world right now.
Exactly. Which is fucking crazy. But like, damn.
He be doing it all, man. Like, just doing it all. Like,
and the crazy things that he does, man. I watched a video one time, right? And it was just some extravagant, over-the-top video where bruh like built a whole house, and he had people doing like fucking like, what is it called, like elimination rounds and shit, playing games.
Man. Like everything that we always, I think what he did is like, and he around our age too and stuff, like everything that we always thought of when we was younger and stuff, he just put it to life. You know, he brought it to life for real.
That's facts.
Like having his own Squid Games and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know how much money it takes to make some shit like that happen, bro?
I know. You gotta have the money to, you know, to put it into, you know, put into it.
Thinking about all the money that his videos and stuff like generate. Like,
man.
This, you know, obviously it is a very small percentage of people who can be a Mr. Beast. But
very, very small.
It still trickles down, you know?
It's still,
And so just to be able to have a living wage, let's just say like 70, 80, 90K, you feel me? Maybe we not getting like millions and millions of views, but we still getting something, and we don't have to go to a 9 to 5.
Exactly. So and you still making money off of it, because once you get your YouTube going and stuff, and you can make money off of it where you can quit your job and stuff, then you're gonna go harder for real.
Exactly. You got more time. You can focus more. You feel me?
You can make more money and think outside the box and do more things. So and they'll build your brand even more.
Exactly.
Especially if you quit your job, you're gonna have to keep going.
Exactly. You ain't got no choice.
That's all you got now. Shit.
Hell yeah. So when it comes to risk taking, right? Because I wanna kind of springboard off of that. Do you think that it's better sometimes to quit what you got going on and focus solely on like your passion, to give you a little bit of like burning dry, to be like, okay, cool, if I don't do this, I ain't gonna eat?
I think, see, and that's another thing that I'm kind of struggling with right now. Because like, I know that I'm not gonna like work for the rest of my life, like 9 to 5 and stuff like that.
For sure.
But it's also like a thought of like, I don't know how I'm gonna not do it. Cause it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm gonna do for real. Like the biggest thing is if they scared to take a risk, and I'm ready to take a risk. I just think, especially men, I think logically we gotta at least see something at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, okay, I can see it at the end of the tunnel, but I still gotta go through all this. I guess I'm willing to go through all this, but sometimes we don't see nothing and we still look at the road that we got ahead.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know if that's worth it or not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't really want to really take that risk to the point where we like messing up our brand or messing up our money or reputation, anything like that.
That's facts.
So that's kind of what I'm kind of just waiting on, like a little opportunity where I can, you know, just go through. Like once I get in this lane, then I can just drive fast as I can, for real.
You look at the lane, you look at the road, and sometimes you just fixate it on that road.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
You just fixate it on the hardships that you might have to go through, or that you probably are going through at a point in time, you know, in the present moment. And so a lot of these things can be blinded, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
You feel me? To where it's just like, shit, maybe I can just pick up a job at Target, you know, just to get a check coming in. That way I can like at least fund myself.
At least, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I completely agree with you on that, man. And I don't know, it's different perspectives when you come to shit like that. Like, and it definitely comes from your background, but sometimes you got a little bit of money, like as people just trying to invest in you.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I think that's what some people need for real.
Yeah.
Like they need some type of clutch. Like some people don't need that much. Some people need much, you know, a lot. Some people need to be guided into, you know what I'm saying, to where they want to be.
Yeah.
And some people only need a little bit and then they taking off.
Yeah, that's facts.
Only a little motivation and then they taking off, you know,
that's
stuff
facts.
like that. I don't know if you know, he an artist named Kevin Rudolph.
Kevin Rudolph?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna look him up though.
Yeah, he used to make like, you know, songs like back in the 2010s and stuff, like with Wayne, Cash Money and stuff.
Okay.
Like Let It Rock and stuff like that. Like,
okay.
Let It Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I when I put out my EP Rockstar 2, you know, just off of limb and stuff, cause he one of my inspirations. I had sent it to him, you know, just send it to people, whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember I was working one day and he hit me back.
Really?
You know, he liked what I sent to him, and he hit me back with kind of like a mini paragraph. He said, "It's some of the best stuff I heard in a while."
Really?
You know, he come from the era, you know, back then, early 2000, mid 2010 stuff.
Gotcha.
So he was like, "Man, this is some of the best stuff I heard in a while, man. So much feeling and heart and stuff.
Yeah.
Like keep going, you know, don't give up and stuff like that."
Yeah.
And he followed me and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, and showed me
That's
love
what's
sometimes.
up.
Like when I released music, I was so like shocked and stuff. Like I was just at work, standing there, looking at the phone, like.
Yeah.
Like dang, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad I'm not thinking about quitting or, you know what I'm saying, the little thought in my mind of quitting or trying to settle and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that's gone now, you know what I'm saying? That motivation, you know what I'm saying, is high now. It really got me like, you know, it got my confidence level high for real. So I'm like, that was dope for real.
I think an important lesson is that sometimes that motivation from celebrities or somebody who's doing something in your field,
that you look up to,
you look up to a little bit, it gives you a little bit of like fire underneath.
It gives you fire. That's exactly the word I look for, the fire.
Yeah.
Like,
because
it feel like you want to just do something right then. Like I just want to do something, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because somebody else is believing in you.
Yeah.
And that's the key, because whenever you have somebody who's been doing this for years and years, then you know, or at least you trust that they have a refined ear, you know, or at least a refined perspective of what you're doing, you know? And so if they say that with all their knowledge and all their history, if they say that you got something, then okay, cool, shit, maybe I really do got something, you know? So let's take the time out, and I'm speaking to celebrities and everything along those lines, but let's take just the time out to look at some of the DMs, you feel me? Now, no shit, thousands of people are probably hitting people all the time, you know? But shit, like 1, 2, 3, that's not gonna hurt anything.
Nope.
You know? Just to be able to say, and even if you say no, even if you say, you know, like, nah, bro, you know, that's not personally what I feel like my personal preference is. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see what you're doing.
Still, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, that's something. A response or a critique is a lot more than anybody can ever ask for.
Oh yeah,
you
definitely. Like even with me in a certain lane I'm in when I'm doing music and stuff, I let people like from different backgrounds, from different perspectives, like hear my music. And I lie to you not, like I've been doing it since 2019. I never heard not one person say they didn't like my music or anything like that. The only thing that came close to it is not my kind of music, but I like what you're doing. And it sound good, and you're doing good at it. But once again, not my type of music. So like,
for sure,
it's crazy because if that's not somebody's type of music, they probably shit on it a little bit.
Exactly.
What I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Exactly.
But they still had that respect. You know what I'm saying, for my music, even if that's not their lane.
Yep.
They just respect what I'm doing. They respect me doing different. Even in Greenville, like this wave that's going on with everybody being rappers and stuff like that.
That's facts.
Like they'll come up, man, I see what you're doing, man, singing and stuff, man. Like keep doing that.
Yeah.
Or I heard this song, you on some rock star stuff, man, you on some different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? They might not back me up, like supporting me and stuff, like all behind me, like how some cities do one artist or something. But they respect what I'm doing, and a certain person gonna see me in that lane, and they gonna pick me like out of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be the one shining out of the bunch.
Exactly. Yep. You gotta have confidence in yourself. You gotta see the vision.
You got to.
And keep going towards it. That's manifesting.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you aren't moving with the full belief that what you're doing is gonna pan out, then how is anybody else gonna believe you?
Yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, then it's hard for other people to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because people are looking at you to see if you are confident in what you're doing.
Yep.
If you're going ahead and let's just say you're being an architect, right? Just move it from music. If you're being an architect and you have your, let's just say 3D render, et cetera, and you're like, it's okay, et cetera, they might judge it a little bit differently.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, it is okay though.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a lot better.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna feed off what you're saying.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever you just have that confidence, that creates an aura around you where people will also kind of feed off of that, like you said. And be like, okay, cool, like shit, if he believes in it so much, damn, I mean, he probably did have something. Maybe I do need to just look at it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not seeing it right. You feel me? So just to everybody listen, to everybody watching, man, just be yourself. Be confident in what you're doing. Let this be a a sign. I don't know, whatever the fuck. But let this be a moment for you to just think about what you're doing and just put more energy into it. Be confident with it and shit. Rock that shit. Rock
that shit out, man.
You feel me?
And also like don't be afraid to welcome critique. Like you can be confident, but don't be, arrogant. When they say, maybe you could have changed this or this, don't be like, nah, my stuff good, I'm good.
Exactly.
Like, it's a difference between being confident and arrogance. Like I still, like I got my brother and stuff. He'll always, tell me, like, man, this ain't it. Even if I think it's it, and not saying he right all the time, but it's just like 99% of the people can say they like it, and he say that he don't like it. But if more people saying like, nah, you probably could did something different with this, boom, I'm like, okay, and that just make me better for real.
Exactly.
Like the next song I make, I'm gonna pick up on the things he said and pick up on the things that I see.
Exactly.
And kind of perfect that, and that's a part of growth, especially being an artist and stuff.
Exactly, man. And this just goes back to growth.
Yeah.
You feel me? As a person, you gotta be able to just take critique in anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anything you do.
Anything you do, man. Because like even when it comes to communication, when it comes to how you are, like your mannerisms, your behavior, whatever. You feel me? If a person is here saying like, hey, bro, maybe you was kind of bugging out on that. You feel me? Or like maybe you could have went out a different way. You feel me? Like, okay, cool. Like, don't get upset at that person because shit, they got a lot of love for even like saying, hey, maybe you can do something different. You feel me? A lot of people will let you just crash out.
For real though, yeah. That's how you know people really fuck with you. Like they trying to see you do better and stuff. And like you said, even if you can't see it, well, these people got to step back and they watching you.
Exactly.
It's almost like when we say I can take a step back and see how I'm moving and stuff. Maybe we'll see ourselves different.
Exactly.
But since we already in our own skin, we don't really see what we're doing, or we try to be in denial, about it sometimes. But like always listen to other people sometimes. And like I said, still decipher if it's hating or just critique.
It's facts.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to know these things for real.
It's facts. You can get blinded by your perspective, man.
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
Whenever you are so focused and so honed in on your own world, sometimes it's hard to take a step back and be like, okay, cool, like maybe I'm not doing X, Y, or Z right,
Yeah.
Because you're living in your own perspective. You're living in your own moment.
That's it, yeah.
You feel me? And so, bruh, like, if everybody was able to just take an eagle eye out and say, shit, I'm tweaking, we would have a lot of a better world.
Like, yeah, for real, yeah. Things would be different, you know what I'm saying?
Things would be definitely different, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's just a key moment, a key factor, a key lesson for anybody, man. Like, shit, just let yourself become a better human being.
In general, you know what I'm saying? In general.
Exactly. We were talking about the fact that in these different neighborhoods that you were in, this particular different neighborhood that you went to, right?
Yeah.
looking at how there's these other people and everybody's kind of doing their own thing, living in peace. You feel me? Getting away from the chaos. And that's the thing that, I don't know, I think that we kind of need to focus on a little bit more. Like,
definitely,
our world right now, our society right now is so fucking chaotic, bro. To where, like you said, you was like, bruh, it's like the movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah.
Where you see kids playing, you see people listening to their music and shit like that.
Just doing their own thing.
Just doing their own thing. Man, I swear to God, I feel like I don't see that shit no more.
Like I said, I still see it a little bit, but it wasn't like how it used to be. Like, just doing things that we did when we grew up and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now everything is more like technology. You're gonna see a kid that's not even 5 years old yet with a tablet or a phone in his hand, playing games, watching videos on YouTube, stuff like that.
Literally, man.
You know what I'm saying?
My little sister, bro, she knows this girl. I don't know what the person's YouTube channel is. I think it's like Skyrocket or something along those lines.
Yeah,
right?
They know all that.
Yeah, they know all that shit, man. I feel old already,
see,
man.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I told you. Yeah.
But yeah, so she watches this particular girl, and I didn't know she was watching this YouTuber. I didn't know she was even watching YouTube. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I seen the girl, and I was like, what the fuck? So I was just, I sat back and I was just watching the video.
Yeah.
With my sister. And at that time, I said, wow. Like, in my head, I'm like, bruh, now I see where she gets her personality from. Because my sister's over here literally like mirroring what this influencer is. You feel me?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is fucking dangerous, man.
It is dangerous, yeah.
Like, goddamn. And then, like you said, we're giving tablets over to 5-year-olds just to shut them up. They use them bitches like pacifiers now, bro.
That's what it is now. Like, instead of going outside, connecting and having a social
interaction.
Interaction with other children, you know what I'm saying, that'll help them in the long run. They just stuck, you know what I'm saying, on a device and stuff like that. Starting out from the jump.
Starting out, bro.
From the jump, yeah.
How is that gonna rewire our brains, man? That's what scares me, bro.
Yeah.
Because eventually we're gonna get to a point where, goddamn, it's a fucking wind. It's a windy day. I'm not mad at the wind.
Glad for it.
Yeah, I swear to God. But if it could just chill on knocking over my sign, that would be great. But yeah, like, how is that gonna affect us in the long run, bro?
Yeah.
Because if you're starting out these kids now with tablets, with devices, you're starting them out with the internet at 5, 6, 7 years old, bro, that's their developing years. That's their learning years. And you're teaching them that whenever they feel sad, they need to go to their phone. They need to go to their tablet.
Which really makes them even more sad, too. It makes them more, depressed and stuff like that, too.
Exactly. We're moving away from a lot of these tactile skills, with our hands. We're moving away from using our body. We're moving away from exercising.
Just being human in general.
Just being human, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear, I feel like I feel like we're gonna start ending up. You ever seen WALL-E?
Yeah.
The fucking bunch of humans on the spaceship and they're all fat and they're just watching shit. Bro, like, this is what I feel like our future is gonna be if we keep going on where we're going.
Like this,
Exactly. And I was telling one person, I said, man, isn't it crazy how we have specific places for us to exercise, for us to run in?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere else, it's walking or sitting. But you have this specific little place where, okay, you can do all your little lifts and everything
all that
else.
Stuff, yeah.
Exactly. It's like, bro, like, we don't run no more.
Nope. Like, that's crazy to think about, too.
Yeah.
Shit, really, sometimes motherfuckers don't walk no more for real.
Exactly.
They got, electric skateboards, electric bikes, and
I swear to God,
bro, all this other stuff when hoverboards were popping and stuff.
Bro, shout out when hoverboards were popping. What the fuck, man? I forgot about that.
It was
my
a whole
God.
era of just hoverboards. Everybody getting something like.
Hell, till they started exploding. Like,
yeah, they was exploding and stuff. Yeah, had recall and everything like.
Exactly. And this is what's cool though. I thought we was really like progressing. You feel me? I thought we was gonna get to the point where like them bitches was really like hovering over the air. You feel me?
Yeah, that's.
I was like, oh shit, we gonna be in a whole different era now, man.
Different era, yeah. I still see them at Walmart though for like $69, $100 or something.
Really?
And I remember back then they was going for a lot for real.
Swear to God, bro. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really gonna buy them shits if there's a chance of them fucking combusting. No. Like, fucking spontaneously creating a fire. Like, nah, I'm kind of good.
Yeah, hell no, I'm good on that, yeah.
Hell yeah. But like the electric skateboards, like you were talking about, bro, like I be seeing a lot more people on them, man. They go fast as hell too. Shout out to them.
Yeah, kind of like last month, I was about to get me a damn electric bike or electric scooter or something.
For real?
Yeah, just to like get around or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I think it's cool to...
I mean, it's better than a car. It's cheaper than a car.
Yeah, it is cheaper, yeah.
I ain't even mad at it, you feel me? It's the point where, like, if you gotta go from point A to point B, you feel me, and you don't have a car, okay, cool. Yeah, I get that, you know what I'm saying? But when you literally have, like, transportation, or you're just trying to get from, like, a short distance,
yeah.
bruh, you can't, like, just walk, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like,
just walk,
bro. Like, damn. I feel like we've gotten into this habit of procrastinating, and that's what's kind of fueling everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If we left, and I'm a victim of this too, so let me
me too.
Y'all go ahead and don't kill me on that, because let you know I am human, bro. But like procrastinating way into the last minute to get to point A to point B. It's like shit, you know, I could walk to class, but shit, I could just stay here for like 10 more minutes and just use my electric skateboard and get there in 3 minutes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, it's like, and it's not really like a knock all the way, because kind of thinking like smarter. Yeah. And then it'll kind of save you more time and stuff like that. Exactly. Like sometimes, like I'll be like, shoot, I can just walk to work. And then before I got like my bikes and all that, I'm like, shoot, I can just walk to work. And then but I'm gonna have to leave 2 hours or an hour early or something. But if I want to catch an Uber or Lyft or something, I can still chill at home and then kind of wait close to the last minute or 10, 20 minutes before, and then just get there straight. You know what I'm saying, like that.
Exactly.
But still, money gonna be gone, so it's almost like you gotta give up something to get something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Because I mean, if you walk to work, you're gonna be healthier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your body gonna thank you later, but it's just like shit. Like, I do want to chill here.
Yeah, I want to keep chilling a little bit more. You know
exactly. So that kind of goes into that paradox, that paradox between comfortability and I guess like helping yourself in the long run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like shit, the things that honestly makes us comfortable, the things that honestly hurt us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot of shit where we're talking about, let's even talk about like canned foods and shit. A lot of these canned foods is cool for preserving things. You put it in the cabinet and you good for shit like months. But at the same time, we're not thinking about all the metals that's leaking into your food. We're not thinking about all the shit that's from before. Yeah. That now it's in this can. You get what I'm saying?
The high sodium content.
Exactly.
Letting it be like processed and stuff, like highly processed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like just a whole bunch of stuff for real.
Yeah, we really not thinking about that shit because the comfortability of the fact that I can just get some canned carrots and some canned green beans and just put that bitch in. Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything is convenient. Like I know people notice the things that is like in arm's reach are the things that hurt us the most, and the things that's cheaper are the things that really hurt us the most. Like you'll see candy and all this stuff everywhere. It's $1, $2 and stuff. But as soon as you want a thing of fruit or something, organic fruit or something like that,
that $10.
That shit gonna run you a lot. I'm like, damn, to eat healthy, I gotta pay up that money.
I swear to God.
That's how they do it. Like,
I swear to God.
Like I work at Sheets, right? So like when I be at the cash, it get me every single time. Like when somebody get alcohol or something, they'll come up with 2, big glass 40s and stuff, send them down. It gets me every single time. I scan it and it be saying 192 or something. Yeah. I'm like, damn.
192?
Yeah, and I scan both of them, it'll be 296 or something. I'm like, damn, for both. I'm like, this shit about to tear up his whole, what's the name? Yeah. But $2.90 something.
Exactly, bro.
Like, see how cheap this stuff is. Like, and if you want to find, like I said, something healthy or something, it's always gonna run you a lot of money.
I swear to God.
That's why I be like, it's expensive to eat healthy. Like, that's why I'm like, shit, you really got to be rich if you want to eat. If you want to eat healthy comfortably for real.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis and not have a cheat day or something like.
Yeah.
You got to really be consistent. Like, I'm a real big advocate on like eating healthy, drinking healthy and stuff like that.
For sure.
That's something that I researched like to the T. Like really it's all about, like if anybody don't know really about health stuff, it's all about ingredients for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you look at ingredients and that's what's gonna tell you everything. The one in the beginning is what got the most in it. So if the first ingredient says sugar, then most of it is really just sugar. And high fructose corn syrup and all that stuff. And then the last ingredient, is the last ingredient base, you know what I'm saying? So kind of watch out for that, especially in what they drink too. Yeah. Cause I had stopped, drinking soda, eating pork, kind of the things that we grew up on. Just like you said, the things that we always thought that was good. Find out that they really trash and stuff.
They're really fucking you up, man.
They really fuck you up,
And that's the thing, bro, and I like that you said all that shit, man, because I see that is an awareness that's starting to become more prevalent in our society now, especially with the younger generation, Generation Z, Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, like I really think that we're pushing the needle and pushing the narrative when it comes to just changing your lifestyle and everything along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are starting to wake up with that shit because it's just like, bro, like why, like you said, reading the ingredients. When I look at the back of the whatever, let's just say pasta that I'm looking at, or the sauce, right? The Prego sauce that I'm looking at, and I see red dye 40. Nah, we can go ahead and X that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, bro, like, why are you putting red dye in my pasta?
Yeah.
Like, we're not using tomatoes?
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta, like, when you shopping and stuff, and you trying to think healthy, you gotta kind of dial your brain down a little bit. Think logically sometimes. When you see, like I said, when you said pasta, when you see pasta, we know what it is, we know what it's made from. When we see all this other, ingredients, it shouldn't be a laundry list of ingredients in something that's so simple.
Exactly.
You're like, damn, like if you have a drink and it say like it's a sparkling drink, and it's like lemon lime sparkling drink. A lot of people don't know this, but when it say like natural flavors, lemon flavor and stuff like that, that's just another way of saying artificial flavor. If they can put something natural in it, then they can put a natural label on it. They can put the label to say natural, but they only put a small portion natural in it, and everything else is artificial.
That's fact.
And if you think about it, you be like, shit, why they just didn't do lime juice and lemon juice?
Yeah.
Like when you think like that, then you be like, okay, it's probably something up with this a little bit.
That's fact.
All they could have did was put lime juice and lemon juice in a sparkling drink and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta think
but they
like
gonna
that
do.
sometimes.
You gotta, and like I like that you said you gotta think logically sometimes.
Yeah, you got to.
Because we get caught up in just that quick fix of like, okay, cool, lemon lime, sparkling juice, sparkling water. I like lemons, I like lime. This might seem good.
Flavor,
Yeah, it said lemon flavor. Fuck it. It says naturally flavored.
Yeah, naturally. That's what get them. That's
Exactly. Something that I started pointing out was the fact that when it comes to like these organic stuff, these natural stuff, like a lot of it's green, like it's green colored. You know what I'm saying? The packaging. So a lot of these different companies, they're starting to catch on the wave. Okay, cool. People are starting to wake up and say, I want natural stuff. I want organic stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's also associated with green packaging. Let me go ahead and just change the packaging. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's all about money, man, for real.
It's marketing, all about money, man.
Yep.
If y'all don't think that marketing, these PR agencies and stuff like that aren't making bread, then y'all are fucking wholly mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, everybody has a marketing team, man.
Everybody.
Shit, I used to have a fucking marketing team before I learned the game, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm good. Like,
exactly, yeah.
It just goes into that whole persona of everybody has to have an image.
Yeah, everybody do, yeah.
You feel me? Everybody has to have this, or everybody, not even has to have, but everybody is having this image that they're trying to push, that they're trying to sell you on. Whoever has the best image that the most people agree upon is going to get the most money.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you feel me? That's the whole reason why we got influencers.
Yeah.
Because you got a brand and image that a lot of people, millions of people agree with, or maybe they don't disagree with, but they still watch them.
Yeah, they still, yeah.
Because of the fact that you just got people's attention. Okay, cool. Let's give you $2 million, man.
Exactly. You know? Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it goes.
Hell yeah, that's how it goes,
money,
man. So you have more people trying to focus on their brand, on their image, on everything, their persona, than who they are as a person more times. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's the world that we living in now, man. And it's crazy. It's really crazy.
It really is crazy, though.
But regardless. So you said you went to school, man.
Yeah.
Graphic design.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it?
See, like I said, I was doing the cliche thing of like, okay, I might go to college just to sound good. Like the major I was doing was construction, like management and stuff. The only thing I liked about doing that was like we actually built a house from like ground up. Like from the ground, the slab all the way up, put tiles on, stuff like that. I love that part. But the in-class stuff, crazy. It was hard. And I'm a big math head. Like in high school, I would ace in math through the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that math in like for construction and stuff, man, it's the worst. They got trigonometry, all that crazy stuff.
Oh shit.
Man, it's almost impossible to pass.
Damn, bro, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, trigonometry, all that. So I'm like, man, this ain't for me. So the second semester, I had changed my major to something that's more me. Like I said, I was still finding myself and stuff like that. I was 19 at the time. Like I said, I'm 26 now, so that was like a minute ago. So I was still finding myself. I'm like, okay, like, what would be me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an artsy type dude.
Yeah.
You know, so I like music, I like this and that. So graphic design sound cool and stuff. And, you know, now I like doing videos and editing videos, stuff like that too.
Got you.
So I'm like, okay, I can do something like that. And as soon as I got in it, I had like a marketing class, promotion class. I had art classes and stuff like that. And I was so comfortable in those classes. Like,
really,
I seen people that, you know, that look like me, dressed like me, you know, stuff like that. It was just a collective, like, almost like going to an anime convention, like in your own world. You got people like you around, people that like the same stuff you like, listen to the same stuff you like, you know, stuff like that. So, and I was passionate in everything, like, and I guess I ain't know about the academic probation type shit like that. So shit, they damn took away my financial aid.
Damn,
from
for real?
the first semester. Yeah, I'm thinking like shit, kind of like damn high school. I'm like shit, I guess I just didn't pass it. You know, I changed my major, so whatever.
They said, nah.
Yeah, you gonna have to pay out of pocket and all that shit now. And at the time, I ain't have a job and stuff. I had got a job a year later and stuff like that. So I had to drop out and stuff like that. And I just never been back. You know what I'm saying? Like I always think about it still. And I'll probably be even more better now because like I'm 26 now and I was 19 then. Yeah. So I got better understanding of things. But
for sure.
But yeah, like it was cool. Like I said, damn, I should have started out like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then things probably would have ended up different for real. But yeah, graphic design cool though.
But the thing is though, you know, you look back on these things, right? And you say, okay, cool. Maybe I should have, I don't know, like done things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you would have done things differently though, you wouldn't be at the point that you're at right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I always think about it too.
You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So you got to keep moving and I guess kind of respect the fact that, okay, cool, it didn't work out right here, but you understood what you wanted to do though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the key moment at the end of the day. Because when we talk about like editing videos and graphic design and stuff like that, shit, honestly, YouTube Academy is great. Like you go in and you figured out what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be able to figure out, okay, cool, like this is what I could have learned at school, but I can learn on YouTube. Which brings that back full circle with the conversation we were talking about, where a lot of people are kind of deciding to skip the college route. And shit, if everybody's telling me what to do and how to do it on YouTube, why the fuck am I going to college?
Yeah, I can do it myself, save money.
Exactly.
And the money I could have spent on school and stuff, I can invest it in my own self and, you know, build my brand and everything else.
Exactly. Now, I wanted to speak on something that I heard you say. You were talking about trigonometry, right? And it's actually crazy that you mentioned trigonometry because one of my friends, she was talking to me one time and she was talking about how the universe, and I'm a spiritual type of person.
Oh, yeah, me too, yeah.
But the universe will go in and it will give you like mirrors. Like everything comes in cycles and it comes back around. Let's say you see something one day, you're gonna more than likely be able to see it or hear it again the next day or a few days later. You get what I'm saying? And so that's how like that whole circle thing works, right? Taking that concept, taking that lesson, I was looking at, I don't know, my Google News. I'm a fucking old head. So like, so I'm looking at my Google News, right? And it says this archaeologist, he first deciphered this Babylonian tablet. It's about 3,400 years old or something along those lines, right?
A long time ago.
And he goes in and he finally is able to decipher this. And it talks about, or explains how the Babylonians were using trigonometry 3,500 years ago.
Yeah, that's how
You get what I'm saying? They were saying how this is, first of all, better than the trigonometry that we use now. So the tables that they were using to explain it and everything along those lines is a lot more simpler than what we use in present day, modern day society. And that too. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing. Whenever, first of all, according to our quote unquote history, the Greeks were the first people to learn and use trigonometry. Now we learned that 2,000 years or whatever before the Greeks, the Babylonians were using trigonometry. You get what I'm saying? And we are only able to learn and be able to apply this to our modern day society, et cetera, which it'll be implemented later on, you know, in the decades, et cetera. But we were only able to learn this because they wrote this shit down on fucking stone.
On stone,
You get what I'm saying? And I was having this thought to myself yesterday, and I said, honestly, I think that we fucked up whenever we started using online devices to store our history. Because once we're gone, who's gonna know that we were here?
You know,
who's gonna know what we learned? Like, we're only able to learn from people from 3,500 years ago because they wrote and described this shit on stone tablets.
And all this other stuff, yeah.
Exactly. But whenever our devices don't work and they're not charged, you don't know what the fuck is on that shit. You don't know anything that you learned. Like,
yeah, that's true though. You never think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so I was really like trying to like brainstorm because, you know, I'm an innovating type of person, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. If that's the case, then what if we were able to configure like this really hard material, right? This really hard rock or whatever. And we just wrote the main things, the best things that we learned, you know what I'm saying, of our whole society we learned on this rock. We had different types of, you know, different rocks, et cetera, you feel me? But that way, if anything ever happened to us, because eventually we're all gonna die, right? So if anything ever happens to us, or when everything happens to us, we still have something to say, hey, this is what we learned for y'all next people.
Yeah, I guess we ain't learned nothing.
I swear to God.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God.
Like, we just piggybacking off of what already was set in stone. That's why I think, like, history, obviously we living in history right now. So at that time, you know, people wasn't probably, you know, some people probably was saying this history in the making and stuff.
Yeah.
But they was already in the moment.
Exactly.
So now we looking back at all that, like, dang, all that stuff, almost like we can't believe it. Like, all this stuff really happened back then.
Exactly.
Like, years ago. I'm like, wow.
Exactly.
So I think when they look back, I think in the future when they look back at us, and it probably be all techno and stuff in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
And they probably look back at these like the old, you know what I'm saying, like the old times, like, dang, they ain't have this and this.
Yeah.
Or they just had cell phones.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
to us right now, we like,
this is
this
crazy.
Is everything. Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
crazy. We can do this and do that.
Exactly.
Even though this is our normal everyday life stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like back then, like, they ain't have cars and nothing like that.
Exactly.
And when they was first inventing cars, it wasn't like how it was today.
Exactly.
So, like, if the people back then looked at all the stuff we had today, they'll think they in a dream or something.
Hell yeah,
like, just the
man.
designs and everything. Like, what's this? What's that?
I want to really take a moment to really, I guess, like, tell people, like, bro, the whole point of this, of society, in my opinion, if you have to start back from ground zero, right, then it's going to take a little bit of time to get to where we're at right now, right? It took us, I don't know, like, let's just say 1,200 years. I'm just spitballing a number, right? So don't quote me on that, y'all. But 1,200 years to get to where we are right now. If we were able to actually just listen to the things that we find, right? Listen to the different inventions that they said that they made back then, and just recreate those now, we're springboarding ourselves by hundreds and hundreds of years, because we don't have to figure it out anymore. They figured it out for us.
Yeah, exactly.
We just have to go ahead and do it. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So just go ahead and taking lessons. That just goes back to shit like in your present day life. If somebody tells you that, hey bro, don't fuck with this person, you feel me? Because hey, they gonna scam you. Are you going to go ahead and fuck with the person just because you want to figure it out on your own? Fuck no. I don't want to get scammed.
Nope.
Like,
exactly.
Like, I'm gonna take this person's word for it and not fuck with this person. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we gotta use those same principles and those same concepts to everything that we do in life. You feel me? Exactly. Just a little thing. This is a really great conversation.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Man, definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's good to talk about these things sometimes. Like,
it is.
Just think outside the box. Like, things that we want to talk about on a daily basis. It's good to just sit down, you know, enjoy nature and just talk about these things, you know.
Exactly.
Kind of challenge your mind.
Challenge your mind, bro. Yeah. We're not getting challenges enough, man. No. You know? Nobody's trying to push the button. Nobody's trying to make you think. Like, bro, y'all need to be aware of that shit, man. Because if you got people around you and they not trying to at least, like, further y'all's mindset, bro, are y'all really progressing?
Yeah.
Or are y'all staying stagnant in the same space that you were in? You know what I'm saying?
I think we're evolving. I think we're progressing. It's like the things that really matter, that's what we stagnate at.
That's facts.
And kind of going below.
That's facts.
Like, yeah, technology getting better. Yes, these things are getting better. The way we live and how we do things and design things, all this stuff. Like, as a human, civilization is getting better, but just humans and the morals that we used to have and stuff.
Exactly.
We're getting away from all that.
Exactly.
Like, running away from all that. Like,
yes, we have new fucking iPhones every year, but we still don't have equal healthcare. Come on now, man.
And you gotta pay over $1,000 just to get the phone.
Exactly.
Or be on the plan and pay for it every month for years and stuff just to pay it off.
Exactly.
For a phone.
Exactly. Like, that's the shit that we need to start thinking about, start talking about, bro.
Really
because like, yo, okay, cool. Yes, we're doing good. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But there's still a lot of work to be done, man.
A lot of work.
We got to be able to step outside of ourselves and think about that and push that needle and make sure that the people in power, Congress, legislature, all of them people are doing what the fuck they need to be doing, man. Because at the end of the day, we control what they do.
Yeah.
Even we have to vote on that shit. We have to vote on people who get into the positions of power. If we just don't care about that shit, then anybody and everybody is gonna be in that bitch. Yeah. And they're gonna be able to push whatever narrative they personally want.
Yeah,
you feel me? So we got a personal responsibility when it comes to that shit, man. When it comes to voting and everything like that.